Bible underneath my right hand, I made it out of tight jams. Guns all on my nightstand, my life should be on Vice land. My fingertips to hold the marijuana aroma. High school, I went to school high, still got my diploma. He got riddled and left alone for some Skittles in Arizona. The same time a man dies by his own for a pair of Jordan. It's crazy how we living, we all misguided children. Niggas out here getting got, trying to figure out how to get it. We the ones that's not afraid to let the hammers off. The same ones that feed the homeless with the cameras off. The life I'm living kinda hard to get a handle on, but I'm blessed and God knows I can't be mad at all.
I was listening to Spotify one day and someone said, you gotta check out Sam Stan. Once I heard his work, I was blown away. And instantly knew I wanted to work with him, so we worked on a few projects and a few shows. This guy has such a unique approach to hip-hop that I've never seen before. His happy raps have just literally soared on the Spotify charts, and he is such an incredible artist. What's up? This is Uncreative Radio. I'm with the homie Sam Stan. What's good, man?
I'm vibing. How are you?
Good, man. I'm so stoked to have you on the show. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here.
It's love.
Man, we have worked with you for a while now. Seen you like do your thing, but you have like you're like, what I like about you is you're a legitimate like working artist. Like you are making, like you're the real deal. I think it's tough when you're doing like hip hop music because it's such a different. There's like a mainstream way of doing it, but I feel like you're cutting that way. You're cutting your way through it. Like you're doing your own thing. Like describe what Happy Raps is. Describe your take on what you're doing.
So like, I just make chill vibes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make people like smile through like good vibes and good music. You know what I mean? And I feel like hip hop is bred off like authenticity and like the core of it.
Right.
So it's like, yo, I'm just gonna be myself.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not chasing no sound.
Right.
I'm chasing no wave. I'm just gonna make what I like to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, it's been vibing.
I feel, but you're popping on Spotify. People are like listening to what you're putting out. You know, the record came out. The EP came out a little bit ago. That was like every track on there was like. You know, we're like.
And I try to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never try to give people like too much.
I feel like that's a new way. Like you listen to Kanye's record, it's like 7 tracks. Yeah. And he did that with everybody. He did that with the whole label. The whole label.
Yeah, we were just talking about it too.
7.
Yeah.
They did like 7 of them. That was it.
Right.
You came out with yours. You had like 4,
3,
5, 3.
Yeah, short and sweet.
It was It was nice. I felt like yours, like you listen to a record with like 15 tracks, and it's like, you know, you're fucking with 3 of them. Right.
I feel like as like a millennial, I already have a short attention span.
Right.
So like shorter is low key better unless you already like, if I'm a fan already.
Right.
If I'm a fan already, I'm gonna tune into however many
whatever
tracks
you
drop.
whatever you got.
But if I'm like on the fence
or I don't know, I'm listening to 1.
You got 2 tracks tops.
And if I don't like that one, I'm gonna like, let's see what the next one is.
Right.
After that, good night. That's weird.
All right, so how do you like consume music?
For me right now, I'm old school. So like I buy music.
Respect.
I don't have an Apple Music account. I don't have a Spotify account.
You buy what you want to hear.
I buy it on iTunes. And because I just felt like, you know, as a filmmaker, I want people to buy movies that I make. And if it's like a record, I want people, or if a song, I want people to like, I want to buy Sam Stan's music. Because I want you to be an artist. I don't want but I think the lure of Spotify and Apple Music is you want to give it to the masses. Because who the fuck is paying for music these days? I'm an anomaly.
For sure.
Nobody's doing that shit.
Right.
Like everyone's on somebody else's Netflix account. Somebody else's Netflix.
For sure.
Listen,
I just have my homies Hulu.
Yeah. That's the wave. Yeah. That's the wave. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like now I'm like, yo. But this is the only way for artists if this is the way to artists for make money, how do they really, Spotify's great because more people can listen.
Right.
But it's almost harder because it's like, how the fuck are we going to make money now?
Where it's definitely not the same as like a purchase or like a download.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's the way. So it's like, for me, I'm like, that's how I consume music. I'm like, I'm big into, I want to buy that. But I think now I'm like old, like, you know, so it used to be album culture. Now people are downloading songs.
Right.
And it's like...
The single got a pop.
Yeah. And it's like... Somebody said that... I think I was watching Chris Rock the other day. He was just like... Drake is awesome, but Drake makes like an album of singles.
For sure.
It's not like an album of like when you like listen to like John Legend once again, or you listen to Biggie, so you know.
Right. I feel like I do feel that, but I do think it's just as hard to make like an album like the John Legend album you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But equally hard to make an album full of like joints.
And
Top to bottom.
And that is why Drake is like, he has a formula of people's minds where he came out with Meek, when he did on Meek's record. That's the fucking track.
Right.
And you hear it and you instantly go, it's funny because as soon as you hear that piano beat on that.
Right. Wait, what record?
What's the track on Meek's record? What's it called? On Going Bad. You know that song? You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, Drake skated on that. Drake skated.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like Drake's part on that.
Yeah, but like as soon as you hear that piano riff, you're like, Drake.
Right.
Drake,
Yeah.
right? Drake. And I don't know, he did that like so dynamic. So,
Right.
But I feel like, I don't know, when I listen to your stuff,
Right.
you have these hooks too that make me feel, we were talking about Chance, but you make me feel like Chance too in a different way.
Right.
You have like these, every hit on your record sounds like a banger. Sounds like something people want to move to. We listen to it here in the studio, like during work, just people just vibing like it's nothing else.
That's love.
Yeah. People are like, who is that? I'm like,
love.
oh, Sam Sandals, dude. He's up on that TV right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it feels like exactly like something I would hear today.
Right.
But then also it feels very unique, and the happy rap side of it is like
Right.
very off culture, but within culture. But it's not like, your music isn't like I clipped this bitch kind of, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't know, what is there, 70% of that? And then you have people like you and Chance, even Kanye and Hove as they're rapping, as they're older, they're talking about different shit.
Yeah. Everybody got a story.
You're like that though.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That's your music feels like I have that groove that I want to sit in, but I'm also like, let me pay attention to what he's saying because I don't know. It's just like, I don't know how you got into that, but what's your formula like when you're in the studio, when you're writing? Like, how are you doing that?
All right, I definitely move off like, I come up with concepts when I hear the instrumental.
Right.
I don't usually write without a beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? I definitely move off the vibe.
You move off. Got it.
I usually move like, I write maybe a few bars down.
Right.
Maybe 2-4 bars, but I don't really like sit and write like full out verses.
And are you doing this? Are you writing sessions, or are you just living life writing shit down?
Living life, writing stuff down.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, I only move off inspiration. It's like surfing.
Right.
Like, yo, if there's no waves, you can't surf today. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I move. So if I'm not inspired,
that's a good
I
way to
don't
put
even
it.
like work.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
And then you take that, and what's it like when you finally have the song written, and then you're like in the studio? What's that like? What's the process like when you're doing that?
I'm very chill. Like, not that many people in the studio.
Right.
Usually like me, a homie,
Right.
possibly like the engineer.
Right.
If I'm not recording at home.
Right.
It's chill. Just like,
What's it like when people download this and they're like, yo, track's fucking dope? You know what I mean? Like, I see on your Instagram, people are just like, yo, you know what I mean? What's that like?
yo, it's interesting. It's like, on one hand, it's like, yo, super, super dope.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's like slight pressure. Because it's
You're
like,
right.
now I got like, it's
Right.
not just me making music. I'm making it for like
I
people
always
now.
feel like season 2 of the TV show is the hardest.
Word.
We love season 1.
I feel you.
We love season 1.
Keep that going, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, am I that good?
Word. If you start applying pressure. But like, I feel like that's why my second album hasn't come out yet. Because I want it to be so dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to like settle.
Right.
So
How is it being an artist and trying to feel like how is it like you're trying to not break into the industry, you're in the industry, but how do you make it to be something that, like, we were just talking earlier, like, so what's it like? What's the goal now? Is the goal to get signed? How are you taking this to the next level?
word, I want to start by saying like, definitely the goal isn't to get signed.
Right.
But if it happens, right situation.
Sure.
Numbers right.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
I'm not opposed to it.
Okay.
The goal is really just like expand. Like, I want to reach like more people.
Yeah.
Know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean?
your music does cross like different, like your music cross races and different people. Like,
Word. I do feel like it unites people. Like,
I
the
feel like-
shows are very diverse.
yeah, like Tupac's a legend, right? But I feel like it's gonna be hard for like middle-aged white guy, and there are some that like Tupac,
Right.
but it's gonna be more. Your music
I
is
feel
like,
you.
know what I'm saying? Like your music is like, it could go to so many people.
Yeah, I definitely have some fans that like play soccer and their moms
exactly
blasting happy raps.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then
Which is cool.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
have homies that are just like, oh no, like you have respect on both sides, which I think is pretty cool. How do you? So you're looking. But I also feel like what you're doing with happy raps and what Sam's saying is, when I think of your music, I almost think of it as a brand more than just music.
Word.
I think
Definitely.
I think of it as a whole cohesive, like, this dude's doing a movement.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I don't. That's at least how I look at it.
Word. That's how I see it too.
Yeah, and
That's how I see it too.
I think people are going to pick up on that a lot more than just, another rapper coming out with a record, because you hear so much of that.
Word.
Like, for example, we do Freestyle Fridays here.
Right.
You did the first one.
Ayy.
A lot of them don't sound like that.
Word.
A lot of them sound the same.
Feel you.
Lots of them. Yours has this, like, interesting, I don't know, just the way you rap and the way you think about stuff and what you're rapping about
Right.
has always sounded really, like, authentic and...
That's it. I'm just trying to be myself. I feel like so many people are like trying to be something they're not.
Right.
And I feel like
what they see.
Right.
Especially on Instagram.
Right.
It's
And
hard.
I also feel like, one, it's easier to create doper music when you are comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
you can like create more freely with a
Absolutely.
clear mind. You're not
Absolutely.
thinking about trying to be something. You're just being you.
Instagram makes that hard, man. People
Yeah.
are caught up in that shit.
Comparison.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
People are caught up in it,
Word.
and they are. When you see something that you like on Instagram, as an artist, not all artists, some of them are going, "Fuck, I have to."
To keep up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there is a certain level of pressure that is, I don't know. It's positive in the way that you could share music and
Right.
and release stuff, and people are and you can communicate with people. It's negative in the way where people could feel like, I don't know, where they're constantly trying to be like somebody else.
Right.
That
Pros and cons, yo.
Yeah,
Pros
man.
and cons.
Who are you listening to these days? Like, what's going on? Who's on Sam Sand's playlist?
Well, listen. Well, it varies day to day. But today, I was listening to an artist named Baby Keem.
Baby Keem. I don't know who
Yo,
it is.
there's a lot of babies in the rap game right
There
now.
is.
And I can't keep up with all of them.
There's a lot of Lils and there's a lot of babies.
For sure. This dude named Baby Keem, he's like, he just has an unorthodox style. His songs are literally hook, verse, hook, songs done.
Interesting.
Short and sweet.
Interesting.
I'm just like, yo, that's a cool concept.
Like what? Like a 2-minute track?
If it gets to 2 minutes.
Shit.
If it gets there, it's like minute 40.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Those are usually, Hove did that on, it was like one track on Magna Carta that I loved. It was like a minute.
Word.
It was like a minute. And I was like,
And you want more.
yes.
Word.
Yes. But I feel like
tease.
those are always the ones though.
Word.
Those are always the ones. So, okay, you're listening to a little, what's Baby Keem?
Baby Keem. I'm always have Drake in the rotation.
Yeah. His what he's doing lyrically.
The Drake is fire. In
He's-
Toronto, they just won the chip. You know what I mean?
Were you rooting for them? I was
I
rooting
was rooting for neither team,
Okay,
but
you
I'm
were-
happy for either side.
Got it. Okay.
Feel me? I'm a Heat fan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted Golden State to lose heavily.
Word.
Yeah, like I was committed.
Yeah.
Oh, you too? Yeah, I was committed to their failure.
Word. But yo, I'm happy for Toronto. I'm happy for
I'm
him.
really. What do you think about all that Drake stuff when he was like, they were like, "Yo, he's too excited." You know what I
Word.
mean? Like people were. What do you think?
It's
about
like on one hand, he is a fan,
yeah.
but at the same time, he is like an ambassador
Oh
for the
yeah,
team.
yeah. He's getting a paycheck.
I believe so.
I mean, no, come on.
I would imagine.
He's a businessman. He ain't doing
Right.
shit for free.
So it's like I don't know.
Yeah, so
it's a tough place to be in.
Yeah, it's like one sense, it's like if you are a fan, like Spike Lee, because everyone's like Spike was doing this,
Right.
Jack Nicholson was doing this with the Lakers.
To be honest, Drake, let Drake have fun.
Let him have fun.
Yeah, let him have fun.
I want him to, and you know what? He was driving numbers. I don't care,
Right.
and they didn't let him go to
The away games?
Yeah, they didn't let him go
I
to.
heard about that.
Yeah, they didn't let him, but I'm like, you know what? If he was numbers, man, it's
Right.
like he's a brand. I don't know, and I thought I like that. I love that Toronto won that.
Yeah.
I thought that was exciting.
It's good for the league.
It was great
Good for Canada.
It was great for the league.
Yeah, and it's great because Drake's gonna drop more music.
He did, and he dropped 2 songs right
How'd
after.
you feel?
Okay, first I thought they were different because
Yeah.
he did that before, and he dropped God's Plan and
And like diplomatic something.
I felt like they were like
barring up.
I felt like they were like diplomatic immunity.
Word.
I felt like both of them were like that. It was great to hear Ross on it, so I thought that was really nice.
Home team.
But I thought Drake was showing like what I like is Drake will lay it all out in his music. He's gonna to me like all the beef that he was. First of all, you don't fuck with Drake on Instagram. Like he's the best troll.
Word.
He
For sure.
Like he knows how to play into all that stuff, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. But then he puts it in his music, like how he really feels, and I thought that he did that in those songs, that I thought was really cool. But he does that. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't respect it because he's like the R&B guy, or he's soft and all that shit.
Nah, I feel like people hate on him because he's like the LeBron.
He is exactly like
Yeah,
LeBron.
like people love LeBron, but they hate on LeBron.
They hate on LeBron, and like you don't really have a good reason. You're just like, oh, fuck that guy.
Right, and that's how Drake is in the music game. That's how I feel like.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the street cred, the shit that Hove has.
Nah.
He don't have any of that.
To be honest, Drake outside of music, I'm not a fan of. I'm a fan of his music.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
feel the exact
interesting.
same way. Like I find my, like, even if people like that are like in the game or industry people are like, oh yeah, that's not like real music and shit. Like I find myself bobbing my head to that music. And the shit he's talking about, he was going back and forth with Pusha T. I was like, I could like connect when he was just like, yo, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, you know what I mean?
Word.
I was hiding my world from the kid. You
Right,
know,
right, that bar.
That bar was just like, boom.
Right.
I feel like he explains stuff so well. And I feel like it's like puzzle pieces with him as you're uncovering his music. So I thought that was really interesting. But I feel like he's he's exciting, man.
Yeah. And he's top tier. Top tier. Like he can rap with
Yes.
he can rap with them. He can make hits with them. Like so. He up there.
And check his bank account. He's doing great. He's doing great.
And Toronto just won a
And
championship.
Toronto won a championship. Like everything is going great for him right now, man. So
but Miami Heat will be there. You know what I mean? We'll be there soon.
gotta get them, man.
Yeah.
I thought the way his last season was really awesome.
Yeah.
I think there's so much respect for that. Why do you think people love Dwayne Wade? I mean, he brought the city a championship,
For sure,
but it's
but
beyond that.
I feel like he played with more than just like he played with heart. Like he sacrificed a lot
Yeah.
for the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like as basketball fans in like Miami, we respect it.
I also thought too when LeBron came, he was the one that like sacrificed money. Like
Yeah, for sure,
I
for
felt like
sure.
that in the
Actually,
music.
yeah, they all kind of did.
They all kind of did it. Say, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna put. And I feel like that in the music industry. Like, I don't know. I feel like that right now is like people are like, if you're making music right now and you're putting it on Spotify, like it's not for the money. You're doing it so most people can hear it.
For the exposure.
You're for the exposure.
Right.
But like, and as an artist too, it's like everyone talks about the best part of the process. Like for me, I was like, Josh, what's the best part of filmmaking? And I can think about production now. The best part, if you're an artist, if you're a real artist, the best part is when people are listening to your shit,
Word.
watching your shit. That's the only thing that matters.
Word.
Like you can enjoy being in the booth all you want, but that is secondary.
You want people to connect.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
I know some people look at it like some people create and it's like therapeutic for them.
Right.
And then it's like, then you also got to think about like, yo, people can connect to this. It's a totally different feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it's it's bigger than you.
Absolutely.
Right. I feel that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you see these, different artists. Like, I think Kanye is so interesting to watch right now.
Word.
And when you look at labels and contracts, you hear all this stuff about him, as if he's locked into one and stuff. The label game can be scary. Are you like super hesitant? Like, because it feels like people like Kanye. I saw something, I don't know if it's true, but it's like he has to make music for the rest of his life. You know,
That's wild.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
he has to be
wild.
making music for the rest of his life in this contract. And you know if it's true. You know, you're reading the stuff on the internet. But like, man, like, is that scary to think about? Like,
it is a scary place to be in when you can't have control of your art.
right?
You know what I mean? Like this is like,
Right.
I feel like, yo, when you're creating something, like when you're working on a film, it's like your baby for that moment.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
it.
Then it's like, oh snap, it's not my baby,
Right.
because like I only own 10% of it or something. Like that's
You saw Block Party with Dave Chappelle?
I didn't.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's this moment when Lauren, he goes, listen, we couldn't get the Fugees. Our last act was supposed to be the Fugees.
Okay.
But Universal wouldn't release the rights to their songs.
Word.
So he opened up, Lauryn Hill came in, and she did her stuff.
Word.
But I was like, man, you made this music from your soul, and you can't sing it.
That's wild.
That's fucking crazy.
That's a tough place to be in.
You made this record, like you made this, you made these tracks. And it's like, and I'm like, Stan, actually, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
It's
That's
definitely
scary.
wild.
That's scary, man.
For sure. It's like, yo, this is your art. You should have control over it.
Right.
Unless like Unless there's a price for it.
Right.
Like if there's a number in your head that you would lose those rights to those records.
Yeah.
I guess go for it.
That's tough.
Like, yeah,
That's
it's
tough.
to be in.
It's tough to be like I don't know. What's one of your favorites? What's your favorite track on the record? First of all,
Of
your record.
Of mine.
Yeah. Give me a favorite track you've ever made. I don't know. Is there even in one?
Yo, it's not out.
What? Oh, okay.
It's Happy Raps 2.
What's your favorite track off the? Happy Raps 2 is yours.
Happy Raps 2, like that whole project is unreleased.
And if you know that's like okay, everything I'm doing on Happy Raps 2 is way better than.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
By like a lot.
What's your favorite track of his?
There's a lot of places to go.
Give me a few.
All right, I'll say this.
What's that? Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
That's a record.
Please don't is a record.
That's Boo. That's a record. That's a record I'm proud
That's
of.
Boo is a fucking record.
I vibe with that joint. Yeah, that record.
That record is.
I like the records that don't take that much to create. Like the ones that just come.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like where everything's just flowing all cylinders.
Yeah.
That's how That's Boo came together. It wasn't like.
That's my Boo.
long-
That shit was fucking.
Yeah. Chill vibe. It's like if Super Mario made Peach a love song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the energy.
You have this very weird indie vibe where you can connect shit like that. Like an
Word.
8-bit rapper. Like
Word.
you could connect stuff like that is like very, very interesting, but very attractive. And you
Word.
cross-pollinate so well, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm excited. Tell me, what can people expect with Happy Raps 2? Like, where did you go? What should we expect?
Happy Raps 2 is head nod music that you can listen to at like a reasonable volume.
All right. I'm with it.
You feel me?
I'm with it.
You know what I mean? Like some acts, you got to play their music mad loud to be like, oh,
Absolutely.
turn up in the car
Yeah,
and stuff.
absolutely.
Nah, like you can play this at like a reasonable volume. You
And
like
vibe.
cleaning the crib. I don't know.
Yeah.
Vibing at the crib,
Right.
doing something. Play that joint. You vibing.
When is it? When you know I gotta ask you on release. When are people expecting Happy Raps 2, man?
Definitely before 2030.
Okay.
You feel me? Before 2030 for sure.
Yeah. Listen, everyone, at least in 10 years.
Yeah,
He's coming out with another one.
for sure.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth the wait. That's
Yeah.
the energy.
That's what I feel like you do really well.
Word.
People that, and other artists do that a lot too. But you have a style where you can do it. Some people can forget about an artist, but some
Right.
people can wait.
Word. And I feel like I want my art to be appreciated. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I don't want it to be something that you can like forget about.
Right.
I want to create moments.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like soundtracks for people's lives. Type of
Yeah,
energy.
yeah.
So
All right.
worth the wait.
Everyone, look out before 2030
Facts.
coming at you. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this thing called rapid fire.
Oh snap!
all right,
Talk to me.
All right, rapid fire. I got a bunch of questions to ask you, and you answer them as fast as humanly possible.
Oh man.
All right, this is gonna be tough. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Okay, a Nicki or Cardi?
Let me. I'll go Nicki.
Okay, great. All right, if you had to be one person, who would you be? R. Kelly or Bill Cosby?
Yo, I'm a pass on that. That's wild. That's wild. But I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Old school, TLC or Destiny's Child?
I'll go Destiny's Child
Wow. Okay.
because of Beyonce.
Okay, I'm with you. That's respect. Why do you think she's reached? She's gone through. She's like ultra status.
Yeah, for sure.
She's not on the level of anybody
Yeah,
anymore.
she's up there with like MJ.
Right.
Yeah, and like Bob Marley.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you think people in Destiny's Child are just bummed as fuck? You know they're all friends and shit. They do that too.
Nah, I
But you
feel
think they're
like-
bummed as fuck?
It's like basketball. It's like, yo, like there's LeBron, there was D
And-
Wade,
and
there's Chris
Carmelo,
Bosh.
and-
Right, but I'm saying like on the team.
Oh, right.
right.
But it was
she
LeBron.
She's the LeBron.
She's
you know?
LeBron.
She's a star.
And everyone's like, hey, man.
And I think they had respected careers after.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not like Beyonce.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
She is in another thing.
Right.
She's not
For
in the.
sure.
She's not even in the thing.
And hot take, she's not even like my favorite. I like Solange better.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
Yeah. Solange is real sick.
She's low key.
She's low key.
Right.
I felt like I do feel like if you had an opportunity to do a record with someone, if it was like Beyonce or Solange, you definitely would go Solange.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
And
I'll say hi to Beyonce though. Like
No, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
But like
yeah.
I'd rather be in the studio with Solange. though,
Absolutely.
For sure.
Why do you think that is? She's got that other thing. She's like the weird sister. But you
But like
fuck
still,
with that.
soulful, abstract.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of like chill vibes. I
Yeah.
rock with it.
Beyonce is like stratosphere.
Right. That's like
Just, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you know, when MJ was like coming out doing tours, people were like fainting when he would come on.
Yeah, nah, there's definitely shorties that would faint.
Yes.
At the sight of Beyonce.
At the sight.
Like she could be like on the corner.
People just like lose their minds. You know what I mean? I don't even know what that would be like, man. What's it like when people know what's it like when people repeat their lyrics back to you? Like I've listened to you so much that I know the fucking lyrics.
Word. I feel like that's love. That's like love, and I like super appreciate it. Especially when like I'm on stage and like people singing it with me.
And you can hear that? Yeah.
That's a vibe.
Man, well, tell everybody where they can hear you. Like, give them the Instagram, give them the sound, Spotify.
Where Sam Stan on everything. It's like Samuel Stanley, but shorter.
Boom.
Feel me? Happy Raps 2 coming soon.
Hey.
Get at me on Spotify. I'm trying to trade my Honda in for a Jeep.
That's right.
Feel me? So that's where we at.
Yo, everyone check out my bud, Sam Stan. Sam, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Love.
Pete, get at you.
Hey.
Good? Dude, that's it.
Cool.
Huh?